Yes. There's Wolverine colors.
Ooh.
And you like him, right?
I do. Hey, 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 everybody. How are you?
Hey.
Sorry. You guys probably heard my conversation with Meadow. We're discussing what colors I should color this. This is Wonder Girl Meadow. And I colored her here. Hello, Mariah. And I love what you did with her, by the way. But I colored her because I'm a little bit off. So I don't have per se a favorite superhero. I tend to like Batman, Loki, Venom, the anti-heroes. So I colored her as Loki this time. So I'm thinking about coloring her as Wolverine tonight with those colors. So we need, his is blues and yellows. So I'm gonna wait just a, looks like we got 7 people in here already. Hey everybody. I'm really excited to see you. So while we're waiting a couple of minutes. Hey Sharon. I'm going to show you a couple things from the release. Here we go. This is, I love this paper.
Darylyn says hello.
Hey, Darylyn. I miss your Lynn so much. So, this is just one sheet. My printer, because we don't have the samples in yet, but my printer does not do colors very well at all. So I'm using the black and white paper. This is just one of the sheets. It's all comic backgrounds, which is fun.
Mariah says on Friday I received the package. I forgot to say that.
Oh, nice. I'm glad it finally got there. So this is our Wonder Girl Meadow. This is the paper. I'm going to be doing a card with just the little sentiments. These are the super sentiments, and I thought it would be fun since this has little, cities on it. So kind of, or not a city, but, buildings. Sorry, my brain is just bleh. So I thought it would be fun to just use some of the little different sentiments on here and just kind of make a birthday card, because I thought that would be fun like that. So those are the super sentiments. And then here is our on the cover. This is a small stamp. This stamp only measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I designed it this way specifically so that you could have layers underneath of it instead of this just being a card front. I love layers myself, so I figured this would be great. And if you have, let's see, this is the Wonder Dog Gracie set right here with these 3 little dogs. And you have some little sentiments that go with her. The reason we named her Wonder Dog Gracie is we used to have a little Chihuahua, but she passed on quite a few years ago. But we still love her. We still miss her. And then in that set, there's 2 little teeny weeny tiny little Gracies. And these are because I know a lot of people don't do comics. I do comics. I love comics. Always have. But there's always a comic. There's always a logo. There's the number, like issue number 1, issue number whatever. And then you have a little logo on there. So I made 2 little tiny little logo chihuahuas to stick on there. And I thought these would be a lot of fun, because you can put one in the middle. You can put, whatever, or like I've got her. So you can put them just, put it however you want. And then there's sentiments as well that actually fit right inside of this bar, which is a lot of fun. Or you can just write something in there if you want. I guess she needs to stay out. So a lot of stuff you can actually go on to the website right now and pre-order. Pre-order officially starts tomorrow, but it's already up. If you want to order today, that's completely up to you. So I need to find some Wolverine colors to go with my little Loki here. I guess I'm kind of comic company jumping, but that's okay because Loki's Marvel and Wolverine's DC, but, or no, he's a Marvel too. Never mind. I'm not comic jumping. My brain is, but
it's just X-Men, so it seems separate.
Yeah, my brain is just all over the place. That's what happens when you've only got 3 hours of sleep. So we're going to go with some yellows and some blues. Maybe Meadow will be kind enough to pull up a photo for me of Wolverine's costume. So this one...
Do you want cartoon or live action?
See if you can find me a comic book Wolverine. So she is actually going to be part of something that we are starting called Crafty Courses. And whenever we have a release, since we aren't going to be doing retreats very much anymore, we are going... Meadow, where are the skin colors? What happened? What happened to all my markers?
I think I put those away.
You put them away. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. And I know you guys are like, what? What is she talking about? Yes, Meadow never puts... You can ask Meadow. Meadow, do you ever put the markers away? No. No, she does not. I'm still missing R20 though. Can you find that for me while I'm coloring? Oh, look at you right there in front of my face. Hey, Patty, how are you, honey?
Hello.
Nice to see you here. I'm just gathering markers.
This is the only one I can really find markers.
So, well, this is going to be weird. Okay, we will figure this out. So this is how we are going to be coloring her. We're going to color her like Wolverine. So this should be very, very interesting. So here's my little Loki girl. We'll move Wolverine over here. So I'm going to start off with her skin because that's, that's super easy. And he looks to be kind of tan in this picture, which is really nice. You're going to have to read those for me, Meadow, since I took my glasses off.
Patricia says, let's see if I learn some key techniques from you to use more of my Copics.
Oh.
Jeff says, afternoon, ladies.
Hey, Jeff.
Hello.
Happy you're here. Hope you enjoyed all of those reels I sent you. Meadow and I were having a good time, as you can tell. So I'm just going along her face. So one of the techniques that I used with her, which I had a lot of fun with, is I started coloring her all green. And she actually started looking more like a leprechaun. And I wasn't going for that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to color her like Loki. And that's when I changed gears. And his suit is like a brown with a green undertone. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. So that's what I went ahead and did here. I just took, because this outfit here was all this color. And then I just went ahead and colored it to look more like Loki's suit when I just went ahead and decided to pivot.
Jeff says, LOL, those reels are great.
Glad you liked those. Those were awesome. I was having a good time with that. So you guys will notice she doesn't have a second arm. And the reason for that is I was having issues getting her second arm in there. So I said, you know what? Her arm's just going to go under the cape. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And so that's what happened to her arm. It's under the cape. It's kind of like an embellishment. When you can't get something to work on your card, you just stick an embellishment on it and it's all good. So she doesn't have a whole lot of skin to do. And you could actually do this right here is tights instead of skin if you wanted to. But we're gonna, maybe we should have just done it as yellow tights and then done her boots as, should we do that? Because the picture, he's got yellow tights on.
Yeah.
Well, yellow suit. I shouldn't say tights, it's Wolverine. I don't know if I could switch that out already though. I'm just gonna leave it as skin. There we go. Is what it is. I already started with the skin color, so we'll just stick with it. Because I don't think yellow would go over that too well. But you know what? Now it's going to bother me. You guys know how I am. So let me play a little bit. Let's see if we can change this color. So I've got some E11. I've got some Y19. Ooh, I can do it.
Nice.
Okay, she's getting tights. So just to remind myself, I'm just going to go ahead and go over this in yellow. This is going to be fun. I just wanted to do something a little bit different than, you know, the basic everyday red, white, and blue, because I know you guys are going to get loads of inspiration for the red, white, and blue, which is awesome. I love that. But me being me, I have to be different. Because we all know that I am a little bit different, don't we? As Meadow's laughing now. Good. She knows the truth. Jeff knows the truth. Here we go. Get around her eye. That way I remember not to stick anything in there. Here we go. Just pulling the E21 out a little bit. Man, skin's gonna be so easy since I only have to do this little tiny bit today. Not that it's hard, but it's easier. Okay, then I'm gonna use a little bit of our 20 for her cheeks.
Patricia says, I love how you add light using light.
Thank you. She is a mess. I always look at, I'm serious, you guys. I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I think it is hysterical how badly these things look. When you're just coloring them, I mean, they look like they've just been beaten or something until you get them all colored up. It's just funny to me how bad they look. Meadow the other day was like, oh, this looks awful. I don't want to finish it. And I'm like, just finish it because you'll probably like it after it's all finished, because we all know it does not look super fantastic right when you're making it. So I'm just with the E00 now, and I'm just going over the R30 and the R20. Kind of blend those together because I like to have it all look nice and smooth. I'm going to get her throat. I'm actually going to finish her throat out. And I'm just putting a touch in there. I want to save enough for the E000, even though I really didn't leave that much on her face. Oops, wrong end.
Says hello.
Hey, Brian, how are you doing? Hope all is well with you. So, get this arm, get the rest of her face. You don't necessarily need E000, but I like it just to give it, just to make it a little bit lighter.
He said he's doing well. Dylan says, glad it's not just me that feels that way, especially on skin.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I totally feel that way. So he is quite tan, or maybe that's the hair. Could be the hair. He is quite hairy. So I'm going to put just a little bit of E13 in there. I mean, I know Wolverine isn't Latino, but just going to put a touch in there just for some little bit of an accent, little bit of a shadow here, because that's also what's showing on him besides all the hair. Here we go.
Ryan says, got through those storms in one piece. The worst, the super heart keeps getting away. The worst was the south.
Move it long ways. If you move it long ways, then the heart won't be there.
The worst was the south of us here in Mississippi.
Oh, why didn't I put 2 and 2 together that you were in Mississippi? Oh my gosh, I'm glad you're okay, Brian. Don't know what why was I not thinking you were in Mississippi? Let's see, so that's the E13, and I'm just going to use a little bit of E21. And I mean, I really didn't put that much, but I still want to smooth it out a little bit. And I want to pull it out just slightly. There we go. Now we're getting a little bit of a shadow going. Although if I don't pull that out a little bit more, it's going to look like a 5 o'clock shadow. And I'm just barely touching the paper. I'm trying my best not to overblend. So I'm going to leave that alone for a hot minute. See if that'll go away. And I'm going to start on the yellow. So it looks like I'm going to make, let's see, I'm going to make her shirt yellow, her skirt blue, and I'll do the little stripe through her skirt as red. And then it looks like her boots are going to be black and blue. That sounds really bad. Sounds like a bruise. So let's see. I'm just going to start with the yellow just because I want to make sure that I get those legs done. Let's see. Should her cape be yellow, or should we do it yellow, or should we do it blue? What color should we do? I was thinking blue too, but I'm not sure. Jeff, Brian, what should we do her cape as? So I guess that's all I have to do with.
She could also be IKEA girl.
IKEA girl, no, Meadow.
Sharon says blue will stand out better. Brian says light blue.
Yep, I'm gonna do blue. Blue it is. I'm probably going to have to go over her shirt just a little bit better to get that yellow to match a bit more. Let's see. Looking. I don't want this to get any darker, so I'm actually pushing my, instead of flicking out from the dark colors, I'm flicking in so I can bring a little bit more of that lighter yellow in. She's still a little bit brighter than he is, but that's okay. Just going back so I can try and match, but I don't think it's going to match until I'm going to have to put some brown in there to get that to really match. So I'm just going to go in there with my E11. But you can see it doesn't completely look brown. It actually looks like just a darker yellow going in there. See, I need to turn the ringer off on that. There we go. Let's see, and then we will go with 18, Y18. Are you putting my colors in, girl?
What?
What?
What do you have?
Fired. You are so fired. I have Y18. The yellows are E11, Y19, Y18, and Y15.
Wait, what?
Wait, what, huh?
Y19?
E11.
Yeah.
Y19.
Yeah.
Y18, and Y15.
Sorry, your keyboard's all weird, so I'm like trying to find everything.
You're funny. Let's see, I need to take a drink of water really fast. It's actually starting to get sunny and warm in my office. I'm really happy about that. But at the same time, I will be chugging a lot of water. So let's see, we said blue to match his outfit. So let me see if I can figure out a good blue for this.
Sharon says we have snow.
You have snow? What? You want to come down here with me, honey? I'll let you come down here with me. Okay, it needs to be just a little bit darker so we can match Mr. Wolverine here. I don't really want it to be that dark. So we're just going to go with these three colors and call it good because I just don't, I want it dark, but I don't want it that dark. So I'm going to start out on her skirt and make a map. Oops. So I'm just going to use B12. That way because I have a problem with talking at the same time that I'm coloring. Imagine that. And then I mess up and I forget what I'm doing and I don't get the shadows in the right place. So if I do it this way, let's see, and we said boots were going to be blue. So we'll put shadow in there. Huh?
Sharon says we are so alike.
I think we're very alike. We've talked before, and I think we are very alike, which is a good thing if you ask me. So I'm just putting this in here so I don't mess it up. Plus it's nice if I do it in the lightest color that I'm going to use, or sometimes I'll do it in like a C0, just so that I can map it out and say, is this the way it's supposed to go? Or I will just, just so I can be sure that I'm putting everything in the right place. Because sometimes I'll put stuff together and I'll draw it all out there and I'm like, what in God's green earth was I thinking? What was I doing? I can't even remember. So definitely like to put like a little map of what in the heck I'm supposed to be doing here. So let's see. And then we'll go ahead and put in the ruffle. So it looks like her cape is being all wavy. There we go. Okay. Let's see. And I'm going to use B28 as well. So my blues Meadow are going to be B12, 16, 18, and do I want 28 or 29? Let me see.
18.
Yeah. Make it 29 instead of 28. I may even use 37. Yeah, I'm going to use 37. After Meadow already has all the colors up there, I'm like, ooh, I like that.
It was 37?
Yeah, it was B37. So 12, 16, 18, and 37.
Are you okay with R20 and... yeah, R20.
Are you over there coloring instead of paying attention to what I'm doing?
I've been paying attention.
Just messing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Sure. So I'm going to start out with the next to my darkest color, which it looks like I'm still ending up making him as dark as he is instead of just a little bit, but oh well. Okay, gonna get underneath her arm. And right here, I'm not gonna go right next to the line. I'm going a little ways away from the line. And then same with this over here. Although, you know what, this I'm gonna go right up to the line because there isn't gonna be light coming around her with that cape hanging in the way. I'm gonna go right next to these little pleats. Don't go anywhere on me, Mr. Wolverine. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get her boots. This thing just hops everywhere. I need to hold it down. So I'm really sorry if my fingers are in the way. Let's see, here we go. And then I'm just going to get all of this back here because this is just going to be shadow anyway. And then right where her arm would be, we're just going to put a little bit of dark. And then we're going to make the pleat here. Okay, so you know what? This might actually end up being that dark. I do it every single time. Does anybody else do that? Where you're like, I'm not going to go dark, I'm not going to go dark, or I'm not going to go light, or whatever the case may be. And then you end up totally doing maybe I jinx myself. What do you think, Meadow? Do I jinx myself by saying, oh, I'm not going to do it dark?
Probably.
Wouldn't doubt it. So I'm not going to go out too far. Hopefully. I might jinx myself there too. Who knows? Let's see. There, now I have a little bit more control on what I'm doing. So the pleats right here, I'm kind of just filling them in because, well, you're not going to really see those too much anyways. You're going to more or less see the ones that are a little bit out more. And these ones, I'm just going to put a little bit of the B16 on there. I'm leaving a little bit of white, not much, but a little bit. Go ahead and pull this out. Pull her boots out a bit.
It looks kind of weird, but I'm trying to make a venom chihuahua.
Oh, geez, that's funny. Here, let me show everybody. So Meadow likes venom like I do. So she's trying to make a venom chihuahua out of the cape. So this is this chihuahua. So she's trying to make a venom chihuahua. That is awesome, Meadow. That is very awesome. Although it looks a little wicked with the eyeballs. So you need to fix the eyeballs, girl, because that's just you.
Well, I mean, but he has white eyes. So.
That is true, but weird. Okay, back to B16. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull this out a little bit on both sides. Oh, I can't do that way. And then I want to pull this out underneath just a bit. There is a little curve here, so this is actually supposed to be flowing up. So I'm going to leave a little bit there for the B12, which, you know what, now that I think about it, I do need to put a little bit more here because the B12 isn't going to take up that much. And here's the B12. I'm just going to go ahead and finish this out. Now I know it's still going to look a little bit weird and not completely like a cape yet, but I still have the B38 to go in there with to do a lot of the contrast work, which will make it stand out even more. And she keeps hopping, probably because I cut her out first instead of waiting. Okay. Now this part right here, I tend to just go straight down.
Ryan says, in fact, had to uninstall and update YouTube on my tablet.
Great day. Having one of those issues. Those are the bad issues. Now this part right here, I tend to do like, I tend to do circular motions. That way, or half circle motions. That way it will actually, oh, bring it back, Meadow. I need Wolverine back. That way it will kind of look like it's curved once it's done. Let's get in here with the boots. These I'm just going really slow so I don't mess them up and go out. You wouldn't believe how much I went out on those ones. That was a mess to clean up. And this is like really blending the other colors out. So I may just go in, let this dry for a hot minute, and then go ahead and go in and do her hair. That way I don't put the red in there on her, in the middle on her belts and on her skirt, and then that just bleed everywhere with the blue. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do her hair. Let's see, Wolverine, it doesn't show his hair, but we already know Logan's hair is brown. Well, used to be because, well, Hugh Jackman's old now, so he's getting some gray in there. So we'll go ahead. Meadow's giving me all the brown colors.
What?
Oh, I thought you were grabbing the brown colors for me. No. I guess not. So I'm going to get 23, 27, and 25, and 29. If it'll come out. I keep grabbing it, but it's not coming out. Okay, I'm going to start with E27. Bring her back down so y'all can see her. Little Miss, well, she's going to have to go on this side. So I'm going to start with E27, and I'm just going to go down from the crown of her head. This would not look good at all, but with his helmet, I could have totally given her like yellow and blue hair. I don't know if I would like to go that far, but would be interesting. What do you think, Meadow?
What are your colors? Just the 20s?
Yeah. From 23 to 29. So her hair is kind of like a flowing, you can see from this one, just kind of like flowing in the wind, like she's flying. I wanted to make it like she's kind of flying, like she's in this position and she's just kind of going this way. Thought that would be fun. Or she could be this way and the wind is blowing on her. I don't know. But you can tell there's lots of different strands of her hair. And I'm just going to kind of go into each one. You'll be able to see it a little bit better with the brown though. So right here, that's its own. And it kind of goes into the behind hair right here. I'm going to go up from the bottom. And then this piece is kind of part of this, but it's flowing in front of her. But right here, it twists. So I'm going to put a little bit of a dark shadow there. And I will put a little bit at the end. So, and I'm still working with this piece here. So this piece kind of goes in behind all the rest. So I'll put a little bit of dark there. And then I'm also going to put some here. I'm not going to put any on this right here because light will catch that. So I'm just getting the bottom of her bangs. There we go. So this piece right here kind of goes back and is behind over here. So I'm going to put just kind of a contrast here. And I'm going to come up right like this with some dark bits. And then I'll turn it around and just come down from this one place right here because this is going to catch a little bit of light, except for right here. She's got a little bit of a swoop. So we'll put some dark hair in that. And then, let's see, I'm going to have to move you, man. So I'm going to go ahead and this right here is kind of going behind and this is kind of going forward. So right here is where the dark is going to go. And this right here is just kind of coming down right here. And then this right here is all going to swoop out. So I'm going to put a little bit right here. And I know it seems, if you haven't done this kind of stuff before, it can kind of seem a little overwhelming. And you don't have to do it this way. I don't think, Meadow, did you do it this way where you like took every individual little piece? Or how did you do it when you colored?
Yeah, I pretty much did what you're doing.
Yeah. So, but it's kind of just like, you know, when you're following the cord of an electric, like an extension cord, and you're trying to figure out which cord is what behind your computer. If your stuff isn't all tucked away and taken care of, it's just like following the cords for your, you know, that you've got plugged in. Okay, and then this one. And I'm going to go ahead and turn her around, and I'm going to get the tips of her hair. Oh, I missed one. I missed one right here next to her hand. That needs a little bit of a shadow. So I'm going to get the tips of her hair now. And I'm not going to get too much because like these tips, it's going out and over. So those tips will get some light as well as a little bit of light here. So that's going to get light, but I am going to put just a little bit on the bits that are going down. And this is actually like going under. So this is the underneath part of her hair. Right there. And then because she's got the, you know, the whole swoop thing, like right here, she's going to have a little bit of light right there. So we're going to make sure we leave the light here. And I'm just going to put, because I want a little bit of light through here as well. So I'm just going to put just a little bit. and then the rest of that will be light. So I'm going to turn this around, and all of this is going to have, you know, because of her cape, I'm just going to put a line here so I don't go into the cape, because you know that I will. And then I'm going to put a line here, because this hair is more forward than this one. And then this one here is a little bit more forward. And I'm going to get the ends of that hair. And I'm going to put a little bit of 27 in here and there. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to 25. Whoops. Runaway pen. So I'm going to do the same things, but I'm going to try and get in between the 27. I'm not going to go all the way over. I'm just going to try and get in between the E27 that I just used. And maybe pull it out just a wee bit. That back there, I just went ahead and filled in because it's the back. It's not going to get a whole heck of a lot of light with the way that we have it going. I'm going to flip her around so I can do the rest of her bangs. Well, not the rest of them, but I'm still going to leave a little bit of white in the middle. If you're ever coloring, do you ever look at the pen and go, that's the color I'm on, right? Because you forget what color you're on. I do that all the time, like I just did it. Let's see, get this bit of hair. And I'm actually going to come up just a little bit, about midway, right where this is at. Start to fill that in. And bring that up from the bottom. Still just trying to fill in the white bits, not trying to go over the 27, but it's hard to be able to, you know, completely miss going over that. Now I am going to finish out the hair back here because the hair behind her neck is going to be a bit darker from everything else due to the shadow of her head. She's got some hair back there too. So bring this down a little bit. And I'm getting some thicker strokes, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off just in case my pen decides to throw up on me. So just getting in there, getting those white bits. Still leaving a little bit of white. Meadow, you're even quiet. You alive over there, girl?
Maybe.
So just getting a little bit of more of the tips again. Bring it in a little bit further. What?
What?
You sound like you laughed. What?
No.
we go. So now I'm going to go to E23 and I'm going to finish this all out. Unless there's too much, then I might throw in a little bit of E21. But I think this is going to be just fine, especially since Logan's hair is just a little bit darker. Meadow, now I can't get that out of my head that you said she's IKEA girl, not Wolverine. Stinker. She is your new and an improved IKEA personal shopper. She gets things done super fast. Maybe when I add the black, she won't look like IKEA shopper anymore. Or the black and the red anyways. Girl, what are you looking at?
I'm doing social media.
Oh. Like, you're so quiet. It's not normal. You're freaking me out. Here we go. Almost done with the hair. And then we can put some contrast in here with the E29. So, and for this, I'm going to go ahead and untangle all of this stuff here. Oh, no, you did not. It almost threw up on my image.
Risky biscuits.
Seriously. So I'm just going to be kind of going to define all of these little strands in here. Make them stand out a little bit more. This is probably my favorite part because I still get to the point to where I still may not like something until I get the contrast in there. Dara Lynn, you probably know this as a painter. You probably like putting the contrast in there as well. Let's see, just pull this in. So I'm going to go ahead and get right here next to her hair. Pull it up just a little bit. Then get everything that's right here next to her cape. There we go. This is coming along nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and get right here next to her face.
She says absolutely it finishes it out.
Okay, I think, oh, I didn't get the top.
Oh, and Mariah said, so beautiful. Good night, everyone. We'll check the replay. Have a nice afternoon.
Night, Mariah. I hope you have a good sleep. Sleep sweetly.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Especially since I know how late it gets over there.
What time is it over there?
10 when we start. So 4 o'clock is 10 o'clock for her. There we go. I'm thinking I'm liking her hair. I'm going to put, since this is supposed to be curled under, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit right there. And just bring this in a little bit more. Peaches, I can't play with you right now, girl. She's down there booping me. There we go. Separate that out. Make it all come forward. And then I'm probably going to use a little bit. See, what do I want to use? Do I want to use 23 or 25? I think I'm going to use 25 at first just to smooth this out slightly. And then we're getting to the point to where this is, well, no, because he has really dark hair. So, but we're getting to dark brown hair at least. And I'm just kind of flicking in wherever. I'm not really paying attention. I'm just smoothing out and pulling out that E29 a little bit. And just putting, trying to do really thin flicks so that I can put some more little strands of hair in there. Hoping that it just makes it look like it's flowing a little bit better. And just building that color up. Okay, so there's the hair. Now I'm going to go back to the blue. I don't want to go any darker. Don't go darker. Let me see. I'm going to go in with, let me grab the B39 because that would match his outfit too anyways. So I'm just going to put this in as some contrast. And hopefully it's going to work out the way I want it to. If not, then I'm going to take a W to get that darker contrast in there that I'm looking for. Because W's, C's, W's, those are all great if you want a little bit of shadow and a little bit of contrast. without having to go overboard. Because, oh, let's add more darker colors, because all that's going to do is make your image and your coloring even darker. And when you're trying not to go dark, that's not the easiest thing to do. So that's why I will most of the time resort to the W's. Whoops, I almost forgot up here. Okay, so now I'm going to go to B18. See if I can get some of this.
Brian said looks great.
Thank you, Brian. So, and I don't want to over blend again, so that's what I'm trying to be as careful as possible. Let's see, go ahead and fill these in. And then we'll go to 16. It's one thing I like about just letting my stuff dry for a minute, because then you can do, you can go over with another layer without feeling like you're over blending most of the time if you just let it dry for a second. And actually putting a little bit of W on here would probably do it some good, especially since the blues on Wolverine's outfit kind of, you know what, I'm going to put more B16. I'm just going to go for it, because that B11 is really just, yep, it went dark, but that's okay. The B11 or the B12 was just, it was really just making me over blend everything. So I'm going to leave a little bit though. Probably should have left a little bit more on the cape, but that's okay. I can make it go away, because what happens is the lighter your colors go, the more of the clear blending solution, colorless blending solution you have in the marker to dull out the color. So even though I put the B16 on here, you can see I can just go over this and it is getting a little bit lighter. It's not quite as dark as it once was. And you can do that as well if if you want to use a darker color, but it's too dark, if you lay down a lighter color first, it's going to lighten the color up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and color the red in now. I think Wolverine, the eyes on Wolverine in the comic, oh, Meadow, I need you. Can you open that back up again? I think they're brown, but I don't think I want to go brown. I think I want to go green just because I think it would look cool. Oh, they're just white. Can you find me a photo with like eye color? Maybe look up Logan or something. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the reds. And I'm just putting a touch of R29 in here. Because this is only going on his belt. Or her belt. Now I've got Wolverine on the brain. Maybe we should have called her Cosplay Meadow instead of Wonder Girl Meadow. What do you think, Meadow? Since
I couldn't find one with the comic book because it was like all shadowy, but his eyes are brown.
Yeah, I figured they were brown. Let's see. Or here, let's just do this. Because I don't think they're I don't think his eyes are brown. It's a very, very looked up question. His eyes are green. Okay,
Did
we're
you
doing.
just put in what color the eyes are?
Yeah, I just wanted to know what color his eyes are, and it popped up. So, and I wanted to do green eyes anyways, so that works out, you know. So we're gonna do, but we're gonna give him like really bright green eyes. So we're gonna go with YG03. And then we're going to go YG07. And then we're going to go YG11. Can you put those in for me, please, Meadow?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not.
I've been doing social media, so. What?
Huh?
What colors?
YG03, YG07, YG11, and C1 if I can find it. My desk is such a mess. I have colors everywhere. Okay, make it C0 because I found that one first. So that's just going to go over just for that shadow that the eyelid gives your eyeball. And we'll use E93 for her tongue. And then those are supposed to be E93 for her tongue. And then those are supposed to be teeth, but if I color them, I mean, normally I color them E41 for teeth, but if I do that, then it's just going to look like she's got dirty, nasty teeth. So I think I will leave that alone. So for the black, I'm actually going to go ahead and use, I'm going to use W's instead, if I can find them all. Here's 6, 9. That's all I'm finding. Do you have any W's over there, Meadow? No. Okay. I'm looking for, oh, you know what? 8 is one of the original ones, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's what I was looking for. We have one left that is still an original. Oh, and you know what, Brian? Seeing your name alone, I'm so glad you're here. Seeing your name alone reminds me, please like the video and subscribe because I always forget to say that. Unless Brian's here with me. So I'm going to use W7 first, which is super dark. So I'm going to be just kind of really gingerly with this. And didn't that Wolverine, he had like a black stripe going up the front of his boot too, huh, Meadow?
I don't know.
I'm just going to do a little bit of black on the sole of her shoe. And then I'm going to go ahead and go with 6. Just to carry that out a little bit more.
Yeah. Brian said I liked the video when I first came in.
Oh, you got a different is this a different photo that you found for me, Meadow?
It's the same one. Just
oh, it's the same image, just a different. It's the actual comic number 88. So put that over here so I can pay attention to what I'm doing.
Brian says, yep, I totally forgot about the reminder.
Yeah, I always forget. It never fails. I just forget. You know what? I think I'm just going to finish this out. Since this is supposed to be black, I'm just going to finish this out with W6. And let's see, how does his boot go like that? Okay. So I'm just going to put a stripe up the front of her boot. It's one thing I love doing is I love making one thing. You know, you draw out one thing, but then you turn it into something completely different, like Meadow did with the Venom dog. Just craziness. That was super, super clever. Or she's actually done, she took one of our bears, one of our fall bears, and turned it into Winnie the Pooh, which I thought was really cool. But like, you know, most people, if they buy this stamp set, they're going to color, you know, superheroes, red, white, and blue. And I'm always coloring like different or putting patterns on the clothes. I love doing that stuff because it's just not something that everybody always thinks of doing. So I love, you know, it kind of shows people what you can do and just to keep going with it and do something different. You know, let that box open up and go with it. So how's your IKEA girl now, Meadow?
IKEA-ish.
IKEA-ish. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I did, what I talked about before, and I'm going to use a little bit of W5 because I don't want to use any more blue on her outfit, but I do want a little bit more contrast. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some W5 in here. Make that nice and dark right there. We'll just go this way, and then it'll also give him, like, he's got, I don't know if y'all can see this, but he's even got a little bit of black details on all of his stuff.
Brian says, LOL, IKEA-ish.
She's extreme IKEA. There, and you can see now that she's got, you know, we're getting the same black little tones. Oh, you know, we should do it. Look at, he's got those things on the side right here.
Do it.
Ooh, I'm gonna do it. Let's see, I'm gonna use 18 and then I'm gonna use a little bit of blue to do that, or a little bit of W to do that. See, he's got three 3 stripes right there. So I'm just going to go there we go, and then we'll do
That's gonna look amazing.
these ones. There we go. Although on her it looks more like a corset than the stripes, but that's, hey, it's okay, right? Actually, I could take this one up a little bit higher to make sure it doesn't look like a corset, I guess. But I think it would still look like a corset. But I think everybody gets the idea, right? And that's actually dark enough to where I don't think I really need to put the W in there. But I am going to put a little bit in here.
Brian says it looks awesome.
And then, let's see. What else? Oh, he's got the little X on his belt. So I need to do that. Question is, do I do it on the little belt or do I put it on that part? Let's just see how much of a challenge I really want. Let's see, where should I put it? The little belt or this one? This one or this one?
I see a little belt.
The little one?
I guess you wouldn't see it though, so I do it on the big one.
You know what I should have done is I should have just made this whole thing right here red. That's what I should have done, but that's too dark. There's no way I'm going to be able to change that into red. So we're going to go. Just going to go right here. Pray for me. This is where it gets sticky.
Brian says whichever is larger.
And then I go for the smaller one. It's actually there. You can't really see it, but it is there. Here, be careful with your eyes. I'm going to zoom in on this. Maybe. So it is there. Super small, but it's there. There we go. So let's see, am I missing anything else? I'm not going to put leg muscles in, I'm sorry.
Carolyn says you're impressive.
Thank you, honey. Although I guess he has this right here, but I'm not going to do that.
I guess her hair would kind of be covering that.
Yeah, it would be covering that. And I'm not going to do leg muscles. I'm sorry. I'm no.
Oh, but come on.
That would just be terrible. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. We've got Loki. We've got Wolverine. So that is loads of fun. I like that. That turned out pretty good. So now I just need, can I use your white pen again, Meadow? Is that the white pen I gave you the other day since mine's out? Whatever. So I'm just going to put.
Carolyn says looks great.
Put all the sparkles in. Because you know I got to have my sparkles. I could have even, if I was thinking about it, I could have even like put the mask across her face.
Yeah.
And just done like a blue mask across her face. But I did not even think about that. Next time. So we'll put some on. Although I don't think Wolverine really sparkles. I'm not sure he would enjoy that. But, you know. She's Cosplay Meadow now. We should have named her that, I'm telling you. Let's see, where else did I put? This one's just a little too thick, but oh well. And of course, we got to put some on here. And then let's see, where else did I put it? I think that's the only place I really put it on her. So there we go. That was all. I cannot, what time? It's only 5:20. Are you serious right now?
Yep.
Or am I reading that wrong? I don't have my glasses on, so it could be wrong. Here is your pen. So there's that. So one of the cards that I plan on doing, I'm really excited about, is I have, Meadow, can you grab me some, like, maybe a darker yellow or a color that's good for the pages?
Yeah.
This isn't the actual stencil. Let me zoom out a little bit.
Here's some scratch paper.
You got some scratch paper for me? So this isn't the actual stencil because this is just mylar that I cut out between a hobby knife and my silhouette for a sample. The ones for the manufacturers will be made after pre-order is over. But I love this because maybe I missed it. I do miss quite a bit. I mean, I really do miss quite a bit. But I don't think I've seen anybody that had, Meadow, can I have some tape? This is like,
yeah,
boing, 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 boing. That has like a page so that you can do a stencil for a, you know, like a comic book page. I mean, I know people have like the stamp or the paper or, you know, something like that, but I wanted a stencil because not only did I put like the little page builder stuff on there, and I kind of want to make another one now too. But I also have, like, you know, the comic book bubbles. I have those on there too. So we need some rankers for that thing.
Anne says hi.
Hi, Anne. Hope you are doing well. Here is, we just finished up coloring a little Wolverine, little Wonder Meadow, or IKEA-ish girl, whatever you want to call her. This one's really, why is this one so dry, Meadow? Great day.
I'll get you a different one.
Trying to sabotage me here.
Here, this one's probably juicy.
That one, well, that's red though.
What color do you want?
Give me like an orange or a yellow. Lello. Lello. Here we go. I'm trying to hold this down. If this doesn't,
pumpkin.
Yep. So if this doesn't come out right, it's because this stencil is just, I mean, this mylar is so thin, it's ridiculous. But the mylar that we get from the manufacturer, the new stuff, because we had to switch manufacturers, is 10 mil, so it's super thick. It's so nice and thick. It's going to be so nice to have a thick stencil that doesn't move around on me.
Anne says it's 10:23 p.m. where she is.
Mac and cheese. Yeah, it's late for you. So I like that you can do like the comic book page, and you can always just take a black line or something like that around it. But can you get me some black, Meadow? Or some blue for this? You can leave that one there. But you can take this.
What kind of blue?
Or black. Give me black soot. That one will work. But I love this stencil. Meadow's getting me the black because I was not planning on this. I thought it was going to take me longer to color her for some reason. So, and here's this one too. And we did, beforehand I did a Loki little Meadow. We're thinking that we should have called her Cosplay Meadow instead of Wonder Girl Meadow. You're so sweet. Oh, no wonder I'm having issues. This is regular old Distress ink. Okay. Let's see how this turns out. I haven't played with this sample, you know, this little stencil yet. That is cool. Let me see. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Brian says, I wish I had some money to get this collection. Maybe I'll find a money tree somewhere.
My dad used to say that, Brian. He used to tell me when I was younger, I was probably 12 or 13, probably 11 or 12. He used to tell me, he's like, why don't you go outside and pick some money off the money tree? I'd be out there for hours looking for a tree that had money on it because I was stupid at that time. So then you can have like the whole, because like, let me dig in here. So like the dots. Oh, this is still blurry, isn't it? Or is it my eyes?
It's a little blurry.
Is it a little blurry?
Ann says, LOL, I was awake until 5 a.m. when I was scrapping with Elizabeth and others on Zoom.
Oh, mac and cheese. That's late. Or early. Late, early. So I wanted it to where you could do the dots across the comic book page, like you can do the dots here if you wanted to. And then another thing we have on here, like if you wanted to just, let's see, we'll line it up with the little comic page here. But you could put the cityscape down here. And if you want more than one, you just move it over. Trying to line it up with the one that I had before. Whoops. I'm sticking to everything. But you can just line them up. And then it's also got all the windows for you too, which I thought would be really fun. You could do those as foil if you wanted to. Or, since I've got the orange, I don't know if this will work or not, but we will give it a go. We'll see if this will work. I don't think it will because, you know, going over black, but we'll try it. Well, you can see it a little bit. So, but that is super fun. And then you've also got on this and now this the actual stencil will only be 6 by 6. It won't be as big as what we've got here. But then you've also got a little conversation bubble. Girl, we need re-inkers. You've killed these ink pads. So we also have a conversation bubble. So you could make like a whole thing, you know, and put her on there. Or you can put, I have so much stuff on my, you can put one of the dogs on there or whatever. If you have another something you want on there, you know, just loads and loads of fun. I'm really excited about this, this release. I love it. So, wow, we're done by 5:30. Mac and cheese. I feel like we did a lot in a little bit of time. So, Meadow, next week is your week to go live. And you already did the Chihuahuas. We did the girl. Should we color something? I know we can you want to color something from the new kit?
Yeah.
Should we give them a sneak peek of the new kit?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, you know where the stuff is. I don't. So if you want to show it, then thank you, Brian. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get the actual stuff from the manufacturer in. It's in production. I'm super excited. I cannot wait for all of this. So here is Meadow colored these. Gosh, what a mess. Meadow colored these. This is the new monthly crew or bi-monthly crew kit. So Meadow will probably color these next week. One of these, maybe. Or maybe we'll put some cards together since we've already got this stuff. And she's got a lot that she's put together too. Oh, let me see your Praetorian.
What?
Your Roman.
Oh, sorry.
See, Meadow even colored hers like a Roman soldier. She did this one the other day. Is this blurry or is it my eyeballs? There we go. I'll just put it down. So she colored hers like a little Roman soldier. I thought that was awesome. She didn't even realize she was doing it. So this is the kit for...
The stencil is really cool and love the pigs.
Thank you. I love the pigs. They're my favorite. And I love, oh my gosh, how Meadow colored this one. I love this one. I'm not sure if the pink is supposed to be skin with a little bit of hair, and he got his hair burnt off in the kitchen. Don't know what's going on with that pig, but I think it's really super cute.
Some of them are just spotty.
Oh, like a spotty pig?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, did his hair get burnt off in the kitchen? What's going on?
Maybe I should have done pink with black spots.
Like, what's going on here? So, but he's super cute. I love how she colors. I cannot wait for her to. Darylyn, you're coming in person, so you'll actually get to learn from Meadow in person how she does all of her coloring, which I love. She's probably going to do like mostly no line coloring. So you'll get loads of practice there. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm loving the stencil. Loving it. So I am going to go and cook dinner now. So I will see, we will see everybody next week. And thank you for joining us. Please remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and I will stick all of my colors for this one, for the Wolverine IKEA-ish Meadow, cosplay Meadow here, so that you guys can have those colors. These ones, I'm sorry, I'm not going to put the colors just because that's part of the crafty courses that will be coming out later this week, which is going to be 6 hours of pre-recorded videos. We'll have 4 projects, 4 coloring videos, 2 videos from Meadow, 2 videos from me, and then you'll have 2 project videos from Meadow and 2 project videos from me. And they are all on the site, and it will be an instant download, and you can go directly to YouTube and see the videos once the class is out. So look for that next week, and we will see you next Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you later. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you. Thank you. And have a good night. Have a good week. Bye now.